We're back to even. And you're back on another edition of this fine podcast. It's Monday morning. You made it through another weekend. Football camps are in full swing. Summerslam has occurred. Baseball is broken. And we're back actually doing a podcast because we're all in the right place to do that. So, yeah, welcome. It's Monday, August 3rd, 2026. Hope you all are doing well. Excited to have you all here. We got a lot of fun things to jump into today. Recapping all that I just went over, as well as our march towards the kickoff of the college football season, baby. We're here. No more doldrums. Let's get into it. We got a fun show in store for you today. So what do you say we get the ship a-sailing? You know who I am.
My name is Jeff.
Joined as always by the one and only.
Hey, Ben. Hey, Ben. 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 Hey, Ben. Oh, Ben. 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 Ben.
Cheers, Benito. What's happening, brother?
Cheers, Jeffrey. Living big dog. It's a big Monday.
It's a big Monday.
Yeah.
Cyber Monday?
No, your 65th birthday. Happy birthday, big dog.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for that reminder.
Yeah, that you're getting older. It's part of it. Part of the gig, my friend.
Got to get to the doctor, I think, you know?
Got to get some stuff checked out.
Probably should, right? It's been a few years.
Yeah.
I think that's I'm adding around to those milestones where, got to check out the old prostate, check out the old poop chute,
Yep.
Those are big killers for men, prostate and colon cancer. So.
Those are big to do's. Also, a happy Monday reminder to everybody to make sure you're doing those things. Probably. But I think, yeah, for sure. When you're older, you don't have to do it, and probably not today.
You're into that stuff when you're younger, and you're just like, hey,
let's just get it checked out. Yeah, I mean,
it's a peace of mind, or maybe you like that. I don't know.
Hats off to you, I suppose.
Teach their own.
You don't even have to do the camera thing anymore, do you? I think it's all blood work.
It can be. They still like to get the camera in there. Look, they want to check for polyps. They remove them.
Okay.
And test them. Blood work is kind of it's something you could do, and it'll let you know if you're kind of in a bad spot. But those polyps are not a doctor. Those polyps are the things they really want to see. From what I understand.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I do feel the cameras, it's 2026, so they've gotten smaller, so you'll be all right.
Oh, dude, you're so numb. I've had 3.
Oh, you've already done this trip?
Yeah, when I got sick. When I got super sick.
Okay.
Yeah, went through a lot of them.
Yeah, okay. I was unaware of that.
Down the throat, all the things.
Mm.
If you could clip that and make that a sounder, I regret saying that.
Sometimes that's why context is so good,
Yes.
Now we just learned a valuable lesson in media, I think, in that moment.
Yeah.
See, so next time you see a 5-second clip on Twitter of your least favorite or favorite politician, however you like to play that game, now that might not be what they actually said.
No way.
There might have been more to the story.
No way, Wade. No way. How? Yeah. Well, thank you. First off, just backing up. Thanks for the birthday wishes.
You're welcome.
How was your weekend, dude?
It was good. Weekend was good. Final details on our football season starting today. Let's see. Had a fantasy draft with the guys from back home. Always fun to sit over FaceTime and listen to them BS. The 11th year of that league, always done in person, always fun. Talked about all the changes, people who've come and gone. It's been fun. It's always fun to, I guess it's a good way to stay connected with some of those guys for sure. So, let's see what else. I mean, not a whole heck of a lot to report here, my man. Just kind of chilling. It was hot. The think it just got over 115 yesterday. The early projections were wild, so I'm glad we didn't hit that.
Nice.
They were talking some possible 120s like this time last weekend for this weekend, which I'm glad we missed out on. I don't need that in my life.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. No, they don't. So, but now I'm here, ready to break down the Big 12 and talk about the week that was. But how was your weekend? I think we should start here. A lot of people, also a good way to know who listens and who doesn't. Hey, where's the pod? Where's the Friday drop of the Back to Even podcast?
Yeah.
When we did.
How many texts did you get?
What's that?
How many texts did you get?
Couple, maybe like 4 or 5, and then when I talked to my grandma on Friday, she's like, "How come you guys didn't do a pod this week?" And I'm like, "Well, let me tell you, Graham, my co-host,
Somebody's an idiot.
he forgot he had to do something.
Forgot he works for a living."
Yeah,
Yeah, it's on me. I also got about 4 texts at varying days, which is also always a little interesting, right? Like,
especially for that one, because it does very much coincide with the weekend.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. Your boy got on a flight, landed, and was just kind of thinking about like what I had going on. And then I was like, uh-oh, I am not home and don't have a way to record this thing. And I forgot to tell Ben in advance. So that's on me. Hand up, right? We learn. We're accountable. I screwed up.
Yep. So you were already in Chicago when you sent me that text?
Yeah.
Nice. I didn't know that. I would have definitely made fun of you a little more.
Yep.
For that.
Yeah, I had landed and was just kind of like going through some things and was like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. Shoot. Sorry, I should say shoot.
That's all right.
Oh, shucks. Oh, darn it.
Happens to the best of them.
Yeah, I was just busy. I've been busy all week and like didn't even really think about it when we had recorded on Monday night or Sunday night. And then, man, one thing turned into another, and all of a sudden I'm in Chicago looking at my calendar, and I was like, whoops.
Oopsies.
I beefed it.
It's okay, dude. It's all right.
So it's on me. Look, we could have done an emergency thing where I'm just on my phone.
Yeah, we've done remote pods before. We've done remote work. It's just not as fun, and you weren't prepared, and you had stuff going on, so it's okay. Don't worry about it. Just appreciate the diehards who can get a hold of us and are like, hey, did we miss something here, or what's going on?
What's up, dudes? Nope. Somebody's big old ding dong.
Yep. Again, that could be a heck of a clip.
Clip it.
Clip it, chap. Yeah, dude. How was the rest of you? When did you come back from Chicago? Did you go for Big Ten Media Days, or what were you doing?
Just missed it. I did drive by the Big Ten building.
Pretty nice.
There is a Big Ten building. I don't know if that's the Big Ten building, but it had a very large B1G on the side of it.
I thought the headquarters were in Indy, but they might have moved them to Chicago, but it also could have been just because of Big Ten Media Days that there was a building. Big Ten headquarters. Nope, it's in Chicago. I don't know why I felt like that was in Indy. Maybe it was a while ago.
It's in a former Montgomery Ward warehouse.
What do you think they keep in there?
I mean, it looks like a fancy office, dude.
There's a Fogo de Chao in there?
It was right next to one, yeah.
Yeah, dude. I'm looking at the outside of the building. It just says Fogo de Chao, Big Ten. Also kind of crazy that the Big Ten's sharing unless like that's like a restaurant they brought in, like, oh, we want to have a restaurant in there, but which would be sick. That's also like a big time Big Ten flex. Like we just got essentially a Brazilian steakhouse buffet. Let's call it for what it is. It just kind of looks funny on the building, you know.
Yeah.
It's like the Subway in a Walmart here is kind of the vibes.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good. Although those two kind of go together.
Except for out here. We have just all kinds of different things in Walmarts out here. Burger King at one very close to me. There's McDonald's in a lot of them. I don't know if that's a thing everywhere, but felt like in the Midwest, there was just Subways in Walmarts. And they were always destined to have another Subway in your town.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was the better Subway.
Yeah. Bang.
So I don't know.
I wonder if it's like Big Ten Studios.
Could be. That would make sense. A little TV studios action out there. But it did say that when I clicked on that website, did say the headquarters.
Big Ten Conference Center.
Yeah, whatever that means.
What does that even mean? Yeah, it's just Fogo de Chao right next to it. It's got normal business hours.
Yeah.
You can reserve meeting space there.
We could just have a meeting at
Member institutions. I got too excited.
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta book your catering with Tasty Catering. Either menu.
Let's see what they got for the Big Ten. Big Ten catering menu. What's inside?
Bevies. Portions. Prices. Unlimited coffee and tea, $8.
$6. This one says. Must have pulled up an older one.
I can't read. 6.
Okay. I was like, yeah.
Hey, I'm 1 year older.
That is true. Well, not quite yet. As at the time of this recording. All American breakfast buffet, $19.50. I mean, it doesn't seem like a bad
It's a good deal.
price wise. I mean, $20. Yeah.
Right? You got a healthy start, breakfast Sammy's, little bagel tray, maybe.
It's a heck of little spendy on the wraps. Sold per guest, 12 person minimum.
Is the wrap the biggest ripoff known to man?
I would say no, because there are some good wraps. There are some good
Stop. I gotta cut you off. Sorry.
Okay.
I kept scrolling. You can get chili by the gallon.
Wow.
By the gallon.
By the gallon?
It includes crackers.
Chili sold per gallon. Beef chili, no beans.
You chili with or without beans, guy?
If I make it and we're having like chili, there is beans in it. Yes, hot beans.
Agreed.
If I'm putting chili on a dog, no beans.
Okay.
No beans on a chili dog.
Right on.
Sipping on a chili dog outside the taste freeze. You can get soups by the gallon. Ham sandwiches by the gallon. Just kidding.
This is a solid little menu.
Really is.
Could do an indoor picnic, a finest fiesta.
Here we go.
Stand.
Authentic Mexican.
Is it?
Do you see the picture? It doesn't look very authentic.
Yeah. Is it?
Looks like it's made
In Illinois?
Yep. That's exactly it. 3 entree buffet, $30 per person. Man, we're kind of on a steal here. I might just have to start catering with the Big Ten.
Yeah. They got a lot of vegetarian options. My wife would be happy.
That is true. They have a ton. I mean, there is a lot of options. Just options.
Yeah, seriously. How long is this menu? 26 pages. What is this? Freaking Cheesecake Factory?
It probably is.
Holy cats.
All right. What's the Big Ten doing selling booze?
Living right.
That's crazy. The last page is just the Big Ten logo. But yeah, this does seem very Cheesecake Factory-ish. Literally anything and everything you could dream of.
Mm-hmm.
So I know everybody was starting their day like, dang, what are we going to get into this week? The Big Ten catering menu.
What does it take for us to become a member institution?
at this point an invite.
Okay.
Yeah. So they would invite us.
2 goals.
First off, revert. We'd have to have an institution.
How do we start an institution?
Good question. That
This could be considered educational at
Yeah.
times, right? We talked about prostate
yeah,
colon
for
health
sure.
this morning. We
Yep.
give some advice, whether it's super accurate or not, on sports betting.
Yeah.
We've debated the moon.
Here we go. Let's see.
Education's changing. It's a fluid concept right now.
It is. Here is I'll send this to you. A step-by-step guide to building a credible institution.
All right.
Step 1. Start with a clear mind, vision, and mission.
We've got that. It's the title of the podcast. Just get back to you.
Back to Even University. Probably the first university with a number. That could be a number. I know like it's not, but we would
Yep.
we
It
would
fit with the B1G, B2E.
B2EU. Yeah, that's crazy. B2EU.
I mean,
Yeah, that's
stars are aligning.
yeah. Then
Our
we got
branding would be on point with the B1G. That's all I'm saying.
yeah, we do. Yeah, that's true. Yep. B2E. That is what we say when we talk about it. The people text us, they say B2E. Yeah, dude.
Well, I think we're set. I mean, we
They have-
did step 1. We're done.
They have the 1 and we have the 2. It's like perfect. Somebody else come along with a B3 and then a letter, and then they can join us.
Yep.
Look at us.
Doing it.
We're doing it.
We are doing it. I don't know how we got here. Anyway,
But your weekend was good. You're just kind of I don't know how we got. Well, yeah, you went to Chicago. That's how we got there.
yeah, we had to back it up. Yeah, check your phone. This is how my weekend started.
Check my phone. Oh, you went.
Went to SummerSlam.
No snaps.
Nah, I wanted to talk to you on the pod about it.
Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, I wish you would have known because Bart Clayton and his son, they went both nights.
Oh, dang.
And I like where your seats are. They look great. They seem to be just in front of you. Bardo loves to do this thing. Yeah, and I don't hate it. It's made me nervous when I've gone to events with him.
Okay.
He likes to stand outside the arena and wait as it gets closer. And on the resale apps, buy a ticket as somebody's like, there's no way. I'm just going to try to get rid of it.
Wow.
And they sat on the floor both nights. And that's what he did.
Wow. Good for him.
Like in the take your chair home part of the floor.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
That I didn't know that was even a thing.
Oh, yeah. You see all those fold-up chairs in front of you up there?
Yeah.
Those ones that look a little bit better than the others. You can tell they're padded. Those have like they say SummerSlam on them. And like, let's see. He sent me I hope it was in a text. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was just Snap. Communicated a lot about the weekend. Tonight, he talked to Green Shirt Guy. That's how close he was. He thought Rick Fox was in front of him, so he sent me a picture of Rick Fox. Maybe, possibly Rick Fox. I don't know. You be the judge. Anyways, enough about Bardo. You tell me about your WrestleMania experience. Excuse me, SummerSlam.
Yeah, it was good, man. It was free, so I can't complain at all.
It was free.
Yeah, we got free tickets. So
those are incredible free tickets, Jeffrey.
Yeah. One of my assistant coaches on our baseball team, it's like his kid's godfather's cousin's friend. Like
Okay.
they were at a wedding once, and his son, so Jackson's friend, just was starting to, and he's somehow affiliated with WWE.
The guy that
Yes.
Okay.
that ended up giving this guy the free tickets. And he was at the same wedding as this kid, and they were talking wrestling. And this kid was like clearly a huge fan and was like talking about old school wrestling and a bunch of the old guys that he loved. And like this kid, this gentleman was like, man, this kid loves wrestling. And so he has over the years like shipped him memorabilia and like free stuff. And
That's cool.
because he was like, man, I really loved like talking to that kid. He was really into it. I love it. I hope he stays engaged, yada, yada, yada.
I'm Triple H. Oh, no.
Yeah, something like that. Right. And so then like he texted him on Thursday and he's like, hey, you still, is this child still like wrestling? And he's like, of course. He's like, you want to go? And he's like, yeah, how much are the tickets? And he's like, they're free. He's like, we absolutely want to go.
Yeah.
And he's like, what do you have, like to bring some friends? And of course. So Jack and him obviously are like huge buddies, and like they pass out a hitting belt after the game. It's a WWE belt. Like we do that for the kids. Like they just love talking wrestling. They usually do the premium live events together. And so he just asked, he's like, you want to go? I was like, why the hell not? Let's go check this thing out. So yeah, I mean, we went down early. We went down to the convention center. They had this takeover thing going on.
How was that? I saw videos on Instagram and TikTok from like some uber wrestling nerds, as I just would like some insight.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Like,
Was it a free event or was it a ticketed event?
it was free to get in.
Okay.
And then they had like 2 free fan experiences there. Like you could wait in line and jump off the rope.
Oh, that's kind of cool though.
Top ropes onto like not a mat. It was truly an airbag.
Sure.
But you get a picture of like standing on the ropes and jumping into that, which is kind of cool. And then you could do like a walkout to entrance music. And the boys got in line for that. And I'm like, oh, this is going pretty quick because it's like one person every 20 seconds.
Right.
It won't be here long. They were probably in line for an hour, and I think it moved like 3 people in front of them because they've started this thing called Club WWE.
Yeah, so if you're in that, you got to skip the line.
You just go right to the front.
Dang, dude, the Fast Pass has made its way to the WWE.
And let me tell you, I saw one person do it 7 different times.
While you guys stood in line?
Yep. Saw some people take advantage of the ADA line.
Wow.
Which obviously is for disabilities. And what are they doing? Like cartwheels down the wrestler entrance ramp. It's like, hey, man. And they're like in their 60s.
Yeah, well, they got to take that up with Jesus someday, So.
I know. Like in my head, I'm like, wow. All right, man. There's like little kids wanting to do this, but whatever. I saw Becky Lynch hawking some energy drinks.
Like hawking them as in like chucking them into the crowd?
No, they had no, that would have been sick. I would have loved to see her like busting those over some freaks' heads. No, there was like an energy drink thing. I don't know if she's a part of it or what, but she was like tending bar.
Oh.
Handing them out to people, and that drew a huge crowd.
Oh, for sure.
And then like half of it was a merchandise thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. And then there's obviously like the photo sessions and the autograph sessions, but those are paid for. So
yeah,
got to pay for all that stuff, which we didn't do. So
that's all right.
And we walked around for a little bit, and then we headed over to US Bank Stadium to check out kind of like the pre-show area. And then we headed in probably about, when it started at 5, I bet we headed in to stadium at 3:30, 4, somewhere. Yeah. Got in there about an hour early and, got to our seats, ordered the kids food, they ate, and then we started watching the show. It had like a haze all day.
I wondered because of all the pyro, or was it in there before?
It was in there before, I think, and maybe they were doing some test stuff before, but I also, in my head, I'm like, I think it might also be just like humidity.
That's fair. That could be. I mean,
And there's not a breeze. It's just
Right.
kind of, there's like the smoke for the entrances. It's not pyro, but it's clearly smoke of some sort that makes that thing. And it's just kind of hanging there. So in my head, I'm like, I'm not watching this in high def. It was bizarre. And then the sun like set in the direction the sun sets every day to the
Yeah.
west. And that's just like coming right in. I felt bad for the people that are in like the end zone.
yeah. Where I told you to get tickets, that would have sucked.
They were probably baking,
Yeah.
like just baking and blinded, especially as it's like right coming down.
That's the one thing about that stadium that I love. It's so cool in all the glass. But watching the event this weekend, dude, we'll get into it more. It kind of lost its luster because, they like shut the lights off, but the sun is out. It's like all that stuff. I'm like, it's cool that it came here, but then it should have to be at, I understand this, then do the Royal Rumble there or something where it's going to be dark at 5:00. You can start the event, and then it looks sweet in the arena when you shut the lights out.
That's what I was going to say. You know what would have looked really sweet in that arena?
WrestleMania. Yeah.
Because you're absolutely right. Like they would kill the lights, but it's kind of like, all right, the screens went black and nothing else changed.
Yeah.
I will also say, like, they had the sound system cranked up to 4 million.
Sure.
I've never felt so old. I was like, this is so incredibly loud. Like it hurts my ears. Walkouts are cool always.
Who's the best one in person?
That we got to see, probably CM Punk.
Was it cool?
Yeah, I mean, he just walked out on night one. No music to start.
Oh, I didn't know. See, this is so revert. We have to finish watching. We have to watch night one. We got to see Brock and Oba. I tried to do the start from beginning when Ton got home, and ESPN app wouldn't let me do it.
Oh,
very frustrated. So then we just watched that and then messed around. But
okay,
anyways, okay.
Oba was great. Brock was great. And I mean, I already spoiled it. So, anyways, they do like a walkout from the locker room of Punk. And he's wearing like a North Stars jacket.
Okay, that's what the green and gold was about. I saw the pictures.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm assuming. I don't know what else it would be for.
Well, I didn't know if he's just being like a troll because he's from Chicago, so he threw on like green and gold this week for the Packers, or what?
Dude, I don't know. Right? It's hard to tell, and I mean, we could try to look it up, but like he's got these new shirts like that say like something like this is the best in
best in
Minneapolis,
right?
And, like, they were Minneapolis, right, or Chicago, and like you saw people who had clearly been to other places that they'd been, and it had other cities on there.
Right.
So I think it's like a little bit of an homage to where he's at whenever he's there. But
then why not stick with the purple and gold?
Being different.
Yeah, I know. I get it. I'm just saying, like,
that's my thought.
Yeah.
Who knows? And maybe it is for Packers, and I didn't get the bit. I'm choosing to say that was a really cool, like, homage to the North Stars.
That's fair.
So anyways, like, they do the walk out of the locker room. He's in this cool jacket, and it's like following him out or in front of him as he's walking out, and there's no music. Whereas everybody else, like, they don't come out till the music starts, and he just stands in the center of the stage, kneels down, and then does his, it's clobbering time, and then it's,
Look in my eyes.
What can you see?
Did everybody scream it?
Oh yeah.
How cool is that though?
And I think that's also part of why I like that, because it's like, it's a great song.
It's a great song. Like everybody knows the song,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
are actually probably, honestly, two of the best like fan together walkout songs. Cody and CM.
True.
They're real songs, so there's actual words to them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And everybody kind of screams along.
Yeah. I did not like Cody's entrance as much because there was a heavy lean into the Street Fighter thing.
Yeah.
So that was a little annoying, I guess. I don't know. Like, I'm cool with like seeing the commercials the whole time, but come on, dude. Anyways,
he's in the movie or what?
What's that?
He's in the movie or what?
He's in the new Street Fighter movie.
I just feel so out of touch with it too. I didn't even know like Baron Corbin was back. So
yeah,
anyway, keep going.
Let's see. The Liv Morgan Io Sky match was great. It was really well done. Followed that up. I forgot who was next.
How was Nick Aldis and Gunther?
Dude, Aldis he got a ton of love.
He used to be a really big time, not indies, but like he was on TNA and he was kind of a star there. He's been around, and hardcore wrestlers or wrestling fans love Nick Aldis, the wrestler.
Yeah. So like, he got a lot of love, and I think he got a lot of respect in the arena. And people were rooting for him. Obviously, everybody hates Gunther.
Yeah.
I mean, he walked out to Oasis.
Gunther did? Or Aldis?
Aldis. So and they don't sell their rights for cheap. So it'd be interesting. I mean, obviously it's a one-time thing, so it's a little easier for WWE to be like, let's do it.
Yeah.
As opposed to, if you're going to be a main constant star and something that is going to get replayed over and over again, like those rights are going to be pretty high, but still.
I'll have to watch it. It says, I just looked it up, they got the rights a couple days before.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that's always been his. Living Color, they're tight with CM Punk. Things are weird.
It's not. I did read the whole thing. Like Triple H was like, "Hey, what do you want to walk out to?" Because he'd never done a WWE walkout,
right?
And he's like, "I don't know." And they were like throwing some things around. They had some generic stuff, and he's like, and I guess the question was kind of posed like, "But yeah, what would be like your dream?" And he threw out an Oasis song. And he's like, "See if I can make it happen." And so, like, up until like rehearsal, he didn't even know that was what it was going to be. So, anyways, that was a good match. The Femi Lesnar match was good, really good, short, but Jackson was like, "Man, that was really short." I was like, "Well,
Brock Lesnar's 49 years old, dog."
That, and they're both 300 plus pounds, and all they did was pick each other up.
Yeah, that's true too. You kind of forget that. That's a big point that people leave out. They literally were just throwing each other.
It was F5 suplexes, freaking pile driver. It's like at no point was it like, "Hey, run off the ropes."
Right.
There was a 6-man tag. That was great.
Was it?
It was really good. Solo Sikoa has turned a corner and is kind of a fan favorite now. And he kind of reverse Uno card Jey Uso and did like the yeet thing after he like smacked, and like the crowd ate it up. Like
really?
Uso Jey was like, "What?" Obviously like, playing into the bit, but that was a good match, a really good match. Yeah, man, like it was a good night. It was all around. It was a good night. Like, I think like one of my favorite things was we were sitting next to some people, and I loved this guy. Like he was always the polar opposite of the crowd.
So whoever the crowd was for, he was against.
He was against, and he was very loud. So he's like, "Come on, Gunther!" Like, and everybody's like turning around. I'm just like, I like this guy. Like, just being a dick.
It is a fun place to play heel as well. I will into my fair share of events. I do like the guys, the Moxies.
And his like family was like, knock it off, Dad. I couldn't get enough of it. I was like, keep it going, bro. No, I mean the kids had fun. The Brock Lesnar match was good, and the after the Brock Lesnar match was great. You know, I think the appreciation there. I think it is probably the end.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
you know, like not only did he say he's the future, but you know, I mean, it's 2 matches past when he tried to quit.
Right.
And it's just kind of like a nice, you know, swan song bow tie on the career to end it here and kind of have it walk off. Now, I will say early report, like I thought going into it with all the matches that were on night 1, right? From Liv Morgan, Io Sky, Rhodes, Punk, and then Femi and Lesnar. I was like, man, night 1's gonna like murder night 2.
I had it on during the fantasy draft. It was night 2 was solid. I didn't watch it with any sound, but what I saw was incredible.
That's what I'm seeing, man. Like night 2, like the matches were just better. The names might not have been as big, but the matches were better and more entertaining. So interesting, you know. I think for me, as a very, very, very casual wrestling fan and supporter of my son, I was kind of like, this will be interesting to see how this does for 2 nights. Because night 1, while good, I don't think it got full until Rhodes, Punk, and Femi Lesnar. Like, I would be looking around and I was like, geez, this does not look great. This is probably why we got free tickets.
There's people just showing up still?
I think so, dude. Like,
I mean, it's one of those things too. It's kind of like when you watch the UFC, like everybody starts to show up for the main card, and let's call it for what it is. Like that would be like on this, the main card would be those 2, you know?
Yep.
Which is great. I couldn't imagine doing like that's not a me thing. I could never be like that. I'm gonna be that. Hopefully someday that guy at front row at UFC that sits through the early prelims, you know, like
just a lone guy.
Yeah, you just want to see it, you know, like yeah, dude, I'm excited to watch it back. I guess I have 2 questions.
Yes.
How loud was the pop when Paul Heyman said fighting out of the University of Minnesota?
Loudest pop of the night.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
It sounded like it. I was like, that was kind of cool.
100% loudest pop of the night. And I was a little like shocked by that because I feel like I talked to or was running into a ton of people who were not from here.
I mean, that's what the thing about the SummerSlams, the Royal Rumbles, the
people travel to them.
They travel. That's 100%. I mean, somebody goes to the SummerSlam every year from wherever.
Right.
A lot of international fans, like they come to America, they experience different cities. Mm-hmm. It's a big to do for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And then how big was the pop for Randy Orton?
Yeah, it was loud. It was loud.
Did he run out to music?
No, he just ran out through the crowd. Like we're watching the match and like I had a great angle because I just all of a sudden I see somebody running. And I'm like, oh, here he comes. Because like Jackson and his friend were like, I think Orton's gonna show up today.
Oh, so they're like super in, dude.
I guess.
That's crazy. I mean, they're the message boards.
I was like, oh, here he comes. And you could just see him weaving through the crowd and he just slides into the ring.
I mean, he's a huge human. He's already missed. That's pretty cool.
Delivers the RKO and then dips.
That's pretty cool.
It was great. It was great. Yeah, so SummerSlam was fun, man.
That's sweet. Fun. How many actual, like, the real replica titles do you think you saw? On fans.
35,000.
Isn't it insane?
Yes.
When Bart and I went to, I think it was called Extreme Rules or something at the time. We went to a pay-per-view at Target Center.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, I mean, we were probably 2 of 100 that didn't have a title we brought in.
Yeah.
I wanted to start challenge people for them.
Right. Well, so one of my wife's friends was working there.
Okay.
Like and we actually had dinner with them and their kids tonight. Like we were all just hanging out. And I was like, so why were you doing this? Because like she's fine. Like they're fine. Like he's a successful guy. She's a nurse. Like they're doing well. Like
Right.
she doesn't need the money. And she's like, I don't know. My friend was working there and she just asked if I wanted to come work. So she was just slinging chicken tenders all night. And
for free?
No, I mean she got paid somehow, and I didn't get to the bottom of it. I think it was like a sponsorship thing or
I do know that sometimes like you can do charity things and work the concessions at the arenas.
I think it's some variation of that in some respect.
Mm-hmm.
But she's like, I could not believe how many of those people had belts because she doesn't follow wrestling at all. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, it's kind of nuts, right? And I go, ballpark, how much do you think those cost? And she's like, I don't know, $75?
Oh,
I was like, nope.
Put a 0 behind that, and then we can start going up.
Dude, when we were at that takeover, they had a wall of belts that you could buy.
Yeah.
Shout out for representing Minneapolis. They had a Vikings belt.
Yep.
They had a Timberwolves belt. I did not see a Wild or a Twins belt.
Probably because they don't have the licensing with the MLB or NHL.
Oh, sure. But the average cost, because I saw some that were north of 2,000.
That's insane-o.
There were a lot that were 500, but for the most part, they were around $1,000.
Yeah, I saw a video of a guy buying like a Brock Lesnar belt.
Yeah.
Looked terrible. And they rang it up and he's like, all right, boss, that'll be $876 and change. I'm like, what?
Hold on. I think I took a picture of the wall just to show it to you. Yeah. Here. So it's not all of them, but
yep.
You can zoom in on these. There's a hardcore belt.
Yep. The D-Generation X one.
Yep.
X one. Those are kind of cool, actually.
Hogan.
I never have one, but there's a Wild belt right behind
there's a Wild one.
head. Or gal or whatever. Sorry. Yeah. $5.99. Yeah, there's T-Pups.
I missed the big ones. That's on me.
The Stone Cold skull belt, that's like one of the cooler ones. Obviously I'm partial to like the early 2000s when when I my brain started to work and I remember getting into it. Those are always the ones that I think are the coolest. I would never. I mean, money would have to be so good. I'm just telling everybody on this pod right now, if you ever see like behind me a real WWE belt, we're doing really, really good.
Yeah.
Like we're like, for me, like, is $549 the end of the world? Nope. But for me to just have that that's just throwing away $549
Mm-hmm.
for me. I understand there's different people, but that, so which one did you buy?
Did not buy one. I bought Jackson a shirt. It was a SummerSlam shirt. I was there. They did have like a Golden Gophers shirt.
Really?
Yeah, hold on. That was for Lesnar.
That's kind of cool. Oh, I saw the Vikings like 69 Lesnar.
That was in stadium. This thing was in the fan experience place, but it just Golden Gophers, WWE, Brock Lesnar.
That's kind of cool though. Yeah. I wonder how hard, obviously they're with Fanatics too, so I'm sure that makes it easier for them to get some of them cross licensing deals.
Right.
But yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, you'd never see me with one unless somebody gave it to me. At that point, it's probably going in Jackson's room. So
that's just crazy. Well, that's cool, dude. I'm glad you guys got to go. I'm sure Jack was juiced. The kid's only been asking about it for about a year.
he was
Back to the test.
Yeah.
very excited.
Yeah, that's cool, dude.
Yeah. So shout out that guy thinking of Jack and inviting us. It was a good time. I was like, I will buy parking, even though the tickets were free for him. I was like, you didn't need to invite us. So I drove, paid for parking, bought some drinks. And
Yeah, what'd they charge at SummerSlam for? Was there a souvenir cup? Was there a SummerSlam souvenir cup soda?
there was a souvenir refillable cup soda, but it was just a clear plastic cup that you could refill.
Oh, that's
There's no WWE thing.
That's crazy because I got a Raw cup when I went to Raw at the Sanford Center in Sioux Falls.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, otherwise beers were $13-14, whatever.
That actually seems low to me.
I mean, yeah, for a Coors Light.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like at the arena, you just expect to pay like $20 a bev,
No, I get it. Still expensive.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. But
it's good. It's good, man. It's good.
that's awesome, dude.
It's good. So,
Well, in other news this weekend, we'll officially have a baseball work stoppage next year.
yeah, it's over. Put it to bed. Enjoy it while it lasts. Whatever you want to call it. Enjoy this season. I don't think we'll see baseball till 2028, dude. And I think they wanted that.
Yeah, it's so crazy. I mean, do you think they'll just call up AAA guys and play a season next year? We might have like the most fun. Everybody moves up a level season of all time.
What do you think? AAA players are in the union too.
I'm sure it goes all the way down. I mean, I'm sure everybody's represented at this point. You sign a contract, you join the union.
Yeah, they're all unionized. So It would be from independent leagues like the Sioux Falls Canaries.
Could you imagine the Savannah Bananas we got Major League Savannah ball next summer?
I mean, crazy if you don't think that that's not gonna only continue to get bigger.
I mean, yeah, next summer would be their biggest summer of all time.
Uh-huh.
If they're not competing with Major League Baseball. Yeah, it could kill baseball, actually.
I mean,
all of a sudden, across high school fields and youth fields, you could have Jack walking out to, songs, doing dances, and they're playing banana ball.
Right. Yeah, dude. I mean, last work stoppage damn near killed it. It took steroids and a bunch of home runs to bring fans back. So
insane foreshadowing. I sent that picture of that 1947 Times magazine cover. That's it. We were at Oregano's on Friday night, one of our favorite, casual dining spots. It's this little knock, they're all across the valley. It's Italian. And that's just kind of like how it's decorated with all these like old time magazine covers and stuff.
Yeah.
And what'd that say? Has baseball forgotten about the fan from 1947? Yeah. Here we are. 3/4 of a century later.
Yeah.
New York Post, but yeah. Has baseball forgotten about the fan? October 4th, 1947.
Yeah. It's if you don't know what we're talking about, the Dodgers acquired Drake Skubal in a trade on Friday. Or no, Saturday.
Saturday night late.
Saturday night. Trade deadline is Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
So they had a full day to get better offers. They didn't. They just accepted
a hot dog and a hamburger. Really, I mean, what they accepted for two guys nobody knows.
I mean, really, 3 guys nobody knows. They're all minor leaguers. One of them is at least a top,
I think a top 100 prospect, right?
Yeah. But still, just a prospect, not
Correct.
a 2-time Cy Young, 2-time back-to-back reigning Cy Young Award winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I guess River Ryan, I guess, is a top 100 prospect as well. Zaire Hope and River Ryan are the 2 top 100 prospects. Top 10 for the Dodgers organization, which again, the Dodgers also coming into this year, I think, had like 7 of the top 100 prospects or something like that.
They did. And like they have a very loaded farm system, which look like they are dominating the game the way it's currently set up. You can't, I mean, you can hate them. You're more than welcome to. You do whatever you want. But they are playing within the rules that are in front of them. And they are unapologetic about it. They draft well. They develop well. They sign free agents when they're available. And, this is just like the Yankees in the late 90s. Everybody knew that when somebody got good, that's where they were going because they wrote the biggest checks.
100%.
And the Indians, or no, the Tigers, I forgot who he pitched for.
Yeah, the Tigers.
Kind of shot themselves in the foot when Skubal was going through arbitration. They lowballed him. And he was pretty pissed off about that. And he's like, I'm not coming back here ever again.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, like, arbitration is basically where the 2 sides try to come to an agreement after the first 5 years of team control is up. There is still team control for another like 2 or 3 years, but it's an agreed upon thing between the player and the team, and they have to work it out. So you hear a lot about arbitration. And so the whole point of arbitration is the player says, I think I'm worth, I'm just going to throw out a number. I think I'm worth 20 million. And the team says, I think you're worth 18. And if those 2 prior to going to an arbitrator can't come to an agreement, so say you're at those numbers, you're going to split the baby, and you agree to a $19 million a year contract for 2 years or 3 years for your arbitration years. Okay. If you come in and you say, I'm worth 30, and the team says I'm worth 2, well, that's really tough to come to an agreement on.
Yeah.
And it goes to an arbitrator. The arbitrator does not split the baby. They do not find a happy medium and say, we think you're worth this. It is an absolute ruling, and they side with one or the other.
Right. There's no split at all.
No split. There's no.
We think the player's right or we think the team's right. That's it.
Right. And obviously the arbitrator for Skubal's thing, they sided with Skubal. And he's still pissed about it because he's like, that's just insane that you guys thought I was that or whatever. And he's pissed. And he told him, he's like, I'm not resigning here. I'd love to go to the Dodgers. They knew they were going to get a chance to sign him. And I think, like, unfortunately, the rest of the league was like, well, we're not going to give up prospect like for a 1-year rental, not even for a 3-month rental.
Yeah.
So they didn't. And the Dodgers were able to get him early. They were going to get him next year no matter what. Able to get him early. And now they're on all likelihood going to win again.
Yeah.
And then they'll sign him next year, which is just bullshit.
For $1 billion.
Yeah.
This Tarek Skubal is just an anomaly. He's from Kingman, Arizona. It's about 30,000 people. It's grown quite a bit, but he went to Kingman Academy. They're a 2A baseball school.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like flourished. I mean, it's the same story as Brandon Williamson from Martin County West.
Yep.
Now starting pitcher with the Reds. Just crazy. I think Brandon will tell you too. He was not like, he wasn't a major league pitcher when he was in high school. He went somewhere and they taught him how to pitch because he's a 6'7" lefty.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tarek Skubal is probably close to the same, but this whole thing is just a joke, dude. We all saw it coming. I think everybody saw it coming. I've been joking about Paul Skeens going to be a Dodger for the last couple of years. So, like, I'm just waiting for the Dodgers to give up because, to a team like the Pirates, and the Pirates don't seem to care. Do you know what 7 top 100 prospects would do to the Pirates? Quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
That'd load them up.
Yeah. Yeah. And they've got a lot of control on him still.
Mm-hmm.
So even if he goes, like, if they do end up trading him, I don't think that's going to happen tonight. But if they did, like, whoever gets him has a ton of control. So that's like a worthwhile trade no matter who you are in the league.
For sure. You just hate to see the Dodgers get him.
Yes. Everybody hates seeing the rich get richer.
Yeah. In all honesty, we have the Diamondbacks to blame. In 2023, the Diamondbacks beat the Dodgers to go to the World Series, and Diamondbacks said, never again. Yeah. Literally never again. We're not doing this ever again.
Right. Yeah.
It is fun come October to rally as a nation.
Right.
And cheer against the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
There's been a lot of tweets, some very wild, and that we won't share on this pod, but this is probably my best one. It's a clip from The Office. It says Tariq Skubal has been traded.
Are you serious? Where? Where, Dwight? It seems like you already know where.
Not wrong.
No one was shocketh.
No, it was a bunch of malarkey.
Yeah, that was some bullshit.
But here we are. Yeah, so we might not see baseball for a while. Enjoy this season while you can.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, next summer might suck from a sports perspective.
I'd just be way more in on golf, I think.
You could watch professional women's baseball. They had their first game this last weekend.
They did. I did not see anything of the game, but I have seen a rendition of the national anthem.
Hold on. I got to play this. You got to hear it. The fans got to hear it.
The listeners.
Subscribers. Share screen. We're going to bring this thing up. Hopefully the audio plays. All right, let's see here.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed?
Are you able to hear that?
Yeah, I can hear it.
All right, we're going to keep going. Everybody else has to sit through this. At one point I thought Carl Lewis's was the worst I've ever heard. And I am not claiming to be a good singer by any stretch of the imagination. But I do know my limits. Like, that's a good thing in life, to know your limitations.
At the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free
Oh,
Woo! Play ball. You know, a lot of people cheer with pride and they're just happy. I think a lot of people are just happy that one was over. My favorite part, as you made me watch that thing again, is that as they're scanning the crowd, you can see people start to laugh. And then they hold on to a player that is, seemingly about to play in the first, professional women's baseball game of all time. She's super juiced up and she is trying so hard to not laugh.
the coaches, the players, everybody's just like, oh boy. Oh boy.
And then you could tell they rehearsed it. They had it broken up. At one point, the two gals who were sharing the microphone, they pointed back at her and were like, it's your turn again. And she was facing forward. I've never seen somebody I guess with what you would call stage presence for the national anthem. She kind of just starts moving around. They turn from facing the flag to each other. It's very unique. Very unique.
Could be nerves. Could be a lot of things. That's just
that seemed like somebody lied on a resume. I'm not gonna lie. I've been a lot of places. Every Friday night I hear some rendition of the national anthem. I've heard Whitney Houston's from the Super Bowl a lot. People love to play that one.
Oh yeah. But
I've been to, towns of tens of people. And I've heard some high school girl jump on the mic and wow, that was really good. That really built it. There's a lot of people in America that can sing the hell out of that song.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if we're having our first ever event, I think that's one we want to crush. I'm not trying to tell them how to run their league. I'm just saying maybe next time we have auditions.
Yeah. Yeah. Might want to check some references.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, you guys got any videos of you singing said national anthem? Again, I'm no choir teacher, but I don't think our pitch level is supposed to up or down.
No. And you might have said, man, she's got a really strong vibrato. I don't think that's vibrato.
Yeah, I would have to know what that meant to say that.
It's like where the voice it sounds like it's vibrating a little bit as they're singing.
Sure.
I was just going, like the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to make fun of them. Even though we already have. I hope that there's some tie into women's baseball, and that's where they're like, hey, these women are like the granddaughters of people who played in the league of your own teams or something. I hope there's some connection like that, and it's not, oh, we just found three randos to sing the national anthem, and this is what they trotted out. Especially for the first ever game. Yeah, stuff.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is I'm assuming this took place in some major city.
Yeah, no,
I would assume.
For sure.
Right? I think it's a fair assumption this took place in a metro.
I don't think it took place in Pierre, South Dakota.
That's fair. So I think that, there's always a recording artist from XYZ.
Bang.
Hey, maybe we just, maybe we get somebody out with a guitar. Those are always fun.
Ooh. Yeah.
Whatever. But they can never have their first one back. And, I guess bright side, it is only up from here for this.
Touche. Hey, way to find that silver lining.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah. So enjoy baseball.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough watch. Tough to see that happen. It'll be interesting to see how the rest of this evening shakes out and what teams look like on Monday.
Yeah.
Well, Vikings training camp has started, Ben. Oh, shoot. Man, I've just been so locked into other things. I don't even have my horn up. What are we doing?
That's crazy, dude.
You gotta be prepared here, brother. Gotta be prepared. That's on me.
It's okay.
Didn't even have it up. And it just quit on me. Anyways, Vikings training camp started. You've been keeping up with the news and the notes and the bits and
Nah,
my
not so,
videos.
not so much. Somebody wannabe report. I don't know what he is. Somebody got trespassed from Vikings training camp for apparently posting some videos. I saw that on Twitter.
That's what he says.
I think there's probably a little more than that. There's a lot of people there, a lot of phones out. I'm calling some bullshit on that one. But teach their own. I'll let everybody else. I don't know the guy. I don't know him. He could be in this room right now. I wouldn't have a clue.
Well, that'd be crazy. I don't think
It would be. I hope it doesn't appear that anybody else is in here. I'm just saying, I have no idea who this guy is. I just read that story on Twitter this weekend, and I was like, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. But who am I to judge or to know things?
Right. He might be clout chasing. He might not. Who knows? He did say it. He did say he got trespassed because he was filming not the fan attended practices. So he's kind of like.
So he's got a press pass, and then they said, don't film this, and he filmed it. Well, then kind of sounds like then it was like okay for you to get trespassed or whatever,
Right.
Yeah. So
right.
Hey, we gave you access to something that not everybody gets access to. We have a couple rules here while you're in attendance. Oh, you didn't follow the rules? Okay, we got to ask you to go home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry, buddy. Sorry, Dusty. I think his name is Dusty.
Well, it's about to be Rusty because he's on the sidelines,
Oh, Rusty Dusty. Yeah. Tough Rust. Yeah, man, we're 4 days in. I will tell you, I've never seen so many tweets or posts or whatever of JJ got this many snaps, Kyler got this many snaps. JJ ran with the ones today, Kyler ran with the ones. It's going with the ones tomorrow or whatever. I mean, there is Zapruder level film breakdown going on of the number of snaps being taken, how like the kind that are being taken, like JJ's taken more under center, Kyler's taken more in gun.
Yeah.
JJ's getting more run with the ones or twos or what, like they're breaking it down by like all of this stuff. And I'm just like, holy shit, guys.
Yeah, you know why that's my favorite is those guys keeping track. They couldn't tell you probably the difference between an over or under front. Probably couldn't tell you what the coverage was off the drop, like even end of play. Hey, what do you think this was? They're like, I don't know. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But all of a sudden we got a lot of experts, which is fine. Everybody can, football and man and a girl. That's what everybody's good at. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to stay away from it. I saw one tweet from that Thor guy. I'm sure you've seen him on Twitter. He's
he's a good draft dude.
Yeah. He said if this was a boxing round, JJ would be up 2 rounds to none. That was obviously after the second day.
Yeah.
I haven't seen his boxing round analogy come back around. I don't know where we're at. I just don't know. I don't know where we're at.
So we're 4 days in. First 2 days they were on the field. I think it was kind of half speed.
Very walkthrough-esque for sure.
More walkthrough-esque than full speed-esque. Friday we had a ton of rain here, so they were indoors, and that was truly walkthrough speed according to reporters. And then Saturday was the open practice where fans could attend back outside. As you stated, a lot of the reports were day one, Day 2, slight edge to JJ. The narrative I saw was JJ looked sharper. Kyler looked like he was learning the offense still. Not a lot to report with respect to the 3rd day, but then on the 4th day, all the people that I have like started to follow around this, because I'm going to be an obsessive for it for the pod. Okay.
Yep. Appreciate that.
Was that it was a 3rd round knockout. Kyler is running away with things.
Wow. In a day.
Yeah. Like, and we're talking passing breakdowns, Ben. Kyler was 14 of 16 on the day. Beautiful balls. One of them was a drop that somebody should have caught. JJ was 6 of 15. A lot of airmails. Doesn't look like he knows what he's doing. Blah, blah, blah. Just a complete reversal from the first 2 days and yada, yada, yada. Who knows what any of it means? I mean, so take it all with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I will for sure.
I know you will, right? I guess like others listening to this, right? Like of those passes Kyler completed, like how many of them were just checkdowns? Was he doing the right concept? Like there's no context to any, like, yes, he completed a pass.
Right.
Well, and to his credit, when it is kind of on air and they're not fully in pads and nobody can really get hit, you should complete all of your passes. So kudos to him.
Right.
Passes. And that's not great if JJ's airmailing them or whatever. But again, you don't know the concepts. You don't know what they're trying to do. You don't know what they're being told to work on. They could be getting different directions.
Very.
All
yeah.
right.
Yeah. And, at that level, there's definitely times where they're scripting, against what they're seeing. Right. Sometimes when you script with the defense, we'll just say, so people understand, like sometimes you will say, hey, this coverage tends to give us a ton of problems against this.
Mm-hmm.
Can we see it and see how it looks? Contrary to popular belief, a lot of times through training camp and, fall practices, you like to put your team or your players in as many like fail situations as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, we see this, we need to get to this, right? Obviously, there's times to build them up and do things that look good and great, but that's what you see a lot of. So I put, you see them all over. I've seen the Brown stats. I've seen, anybody with somewhat of a quarterback question mark. I'm putting like 0% stock in it, at all. Because I watched, everybody was in love with JJ when they rolled him out against the Raiders his rookie year in the preseason. The Raiders had their ones in on defense, like the entire first half. And JJ McCarthy torched him with everybody with the twos.
Mm-hmm.
It's like at that moment he was the best. Like, oh my gosh, we did it, we nailed it. And then he got hurt during that game at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'll leave that to the actual experts, the guys in the in the offices every day.
Yeah,
Teaming it up.
I mean, I think one of my favorite things is like I saw a video of like Kyler's first pass or a pass to JJ Jetta's. And it's like, what a great ball to Jets. Look at this, like there's layering on it. It's not a rocket, blah blah blah. And then the very first like comment under it is, if this is a real football, he just killed Justin Jefferson, because there was like a defender who like pulled up and let him catch the ball, and then run off. Because they're not hitting each other yet.
Well, they won't hit each other.
And they won't hit him for sure.
Right. And if you do, that's a quick way to not be on our team anymore.
Yeah, like you don't hit JJ. So again, yeah, take it all with a grain of salt. Like it's I think the bigger storylines. Look, the quarterback stuff is the sexy stuff, the things that everybody's enamored with.
Mm-hmm.
The things that I like caught out of the first days that I'm excited about was Caleb Banks and Big Citrus
Are freaks.
are running with the ones.
Yeah.
So they're in there.
Yeah.
Like, Flo is already like integrating them. Golday was playing a lot of kind of middle backer to start the first 2 days. And then when the fan practice was there, he had him kind of playing that hybrid edge outside linebacker,
Like Van Gank.
Van Ginkel Jr.
Yeah.
role. And he had some pretty spectacular plays, including a tipped pass that led to a Cashman interception, because he's just floating in space and kind of creating chaos. Like, that's exciting to me. Like, is these first 3 draft picks from this last year are running with the ones and like splashing.
Yeah.
It's early. It's 4 days. I get it. But man, that'll go a long way to creating depth. All the things. Big concern though, Dallas Turner really hasn't been out there much. Or slight concern, however you want to say it. It's first few days, but he hasn't been on the field much. So I don't know if he's hurt or nobody really knows what's going on. They haven't said much about it. If the line looks good, Darisaw's out there. They're, no concerns with them. So hopefully,
it kind of sounds like they're rolling Blake Brandel at center.
I didn't hear much with respect to center, so I don't know.
That's like the only tidbit that I saw. That was it. Brandel seemed to be looking good. I would assume that he's plugging at center with the 2 guards and tackles that we have. Should be good. I mean, he was always fine. He just was the worst of the 5. People just bitch.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. Monday they start padded practice. So still not real football because they're just practicing. But
yeah. Well, why don't you get over there and get me an expert pick? Give me some insight.
All right, I'm gonna try and get Rusty Dusty's pass.
Yeah, I mean he doesn't need it anymore.
If he can't use it,
right?
Help a brother out.
Help a brother out.
Help a podcast out.
That'd be huge. That would be huge.
Yeah. So, that was our Vikings update. Got it.
There it is.
We did it. We did it.
We did it.
What next, brother?
I think it's the main event of the evening.
This is your main event of the evening. Yeah, let's do it, dude. Big 12 breakdown. Scratch that. Monster Energy drink.
Yeah.
Big 12 breakdown.
Yeah, the more you're around college football, the more you start to learn about some squads and some conferences and how they do business. I think the Big 12 might be doing terrible business. The Big 12 signed a jersey patch logo, a field logo, potentially even a ball logo with Monster Energy, and every school gets $1 million. And then like a week and a half later, like every Big Ten team has came out with a patch of their own, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're getting $18 to $22 million a rip." This guy on our jersey. Oh, that's every year. That's just for this year. We might have somebody else different on there next year for like 25 mil. So just absolute insanity. My favorite part with that was right away when Ohio State put that they were putting Chase Bank on the jerseys this year.
Mm-hmm.
A ton of independent, non-affiliated fans of Notre Dame came rushing in to say, we would never do that. That looks disgusting. You're disgracing the uniform. Notre Dame would never do that. 12:35 Notre Dame said, actually, SoFi called. We are going to do that. We are 100% going to do that. they're going to give us $20 million a year. So we are too putting a logo on their jersey.
Right to jail, right away. You're driving too fast, jail. Slow, jail.
Careful what you say.
Yeah. Which I don't hate it. I think I'm surprised. Honestly, some schools didn't do corporate sponsorship like that earlier. I mean, we've had corporate sponsorship of teams essentially for a long time when they started naming the stadiums, right? That was obviously the first thing, and everybody gasped, and here we are, right? But yeah, dude, this deep dive into the Big 12.
Monster Energy Big 12. Get it right, dude.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, the Monster Energy Big 12, the WWE Big 12, the Power Slap Big 12, the TKO Big 12.
Let's go.
Power Slap is going to be in Yo City the night before some games this year of Big 12 games. So they're going to be in Lubbock, Texas the night before a Texas Tech. You thought they were coming to Minneapolis.
I thought they were coming to Minneapolis, dude. Like you had me going. I was like, oh shit.
No, they're going to be in Lubbock in the gym, the basketball arena. Probably sell the thing out. I mean, what would be cooler for a bunch of drunk college kids in Lubbock, Texas than Power Slap the night before a game?
Nothing.
And then it sounds like they're possibly doing like WWE the next night. So TKO is full-fledged. We're rolling, baby.
All right.
But as you know, when we do these, I like to go through each schedule and just kind of see where we're at. I pick the games off the cuff in the moment so I can give the most in-depth breakdown.
For you.
Big 12 kind of sucks at scheduling.
Do they? I haven't even seen.
So I'm just like going through this and I'm like, everybody knows what rivalry weekend is in college football, right? Like it's the last weekend of the year, Thanksgiving weekend. You kind of get that, Wednesday, Thursday. Sometimes there's a Friday game, Saturday game. We have the full weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So like you would think like, okay, Arizona State, that's always been a thing. They keep that tradition. But then I'm looking at this. I'm like, Kansas and Kansas State should probably play the last week. Nope, just kidding. Kansas plays Oklahoma State. Kansas State plays Iowa State. Okay. Well, then Utah and BYU, like that would make sense. Nope, BYU's playing Cincinnati the last week. Utah is playing West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure you could do Baylor TCU or Texas Tech TCU, Baylor Houston. There's rivalries there to be had that we could line up the last week of the year, and they just seem to not. And then obviously I was going to touch on the Monster Energy thing before we got into the picking of the conference. Overall, preseason All-Americans, depending on which site you look at, looks like there's just a couple on defense, both Tech guys, AJ Holmes, a D tackle, Bryce Pollock, a corner. And then offensively, the only first team guy is a center from Cincinnati. And then a running back, a Tech tight end, and another offensive lineman from Houston on the second team. So not a lot of national love off the jump for the Big 12 conference.
No. Look, the Big 12, I think, is probably one of the more fascinating conferences in college football.
Sure.
Because they're so chaotic.
Yeah.
Right? There's not a Georgia or Ohio State type superpower. There are a bunch of kind of probably 6 and 8 teams
right,
that have conference championship aspirations. So it's kind of a fun, wild, wacky conference. It's a lot of fun, but then also incredibly difficult to kind of predict.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is one of the more fun conferences as you get into the Gambling podcast, because every week there's going to be an upset. Like I guarantee you, it's like a 4-1, 5-1 dog. We'll just pull it out in this conference.
Yes.
So it is always fun. Also before we get into the true breakdown, this conference is such a true okay, I think there's like elite level teams. I think there's a couple, like 3 teams that you could probably like slide into that. I think we have like a pretty top half, like 5 or 6 teams. And then there's like a really like thick mid core of like the 5 to 7 to 7 and 5 range. And then just like a true bottom of the barrel. Like they're like national worst, So
yeah,
we'll see.
we'll like it. I'll let you. You're picking schedules. I'm just kind of saying that I'm thinking like kind of order of finish. So I don't have like a true record. I'm gonna go with like I think they finished last.
Okay.
First. So I'll let you kind of go with like, hey, I'm gonna start here. This is what I think the record will be, and I'll add my thoughts and where I think they'll finish.
Yeah, I think like we always do, I'll start at the bottom, work my way up.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I think this year is bottom of the barrel for the Big 12 is none other than Coach Prime in the Colorado Buffaloes. I went through the schedule. I think they win 1 game. I think they're a 1-11 team. They're returning 1 starter on defense, 4 on offense. Brennan Marion is coming in as the offensive coordinator, the inventor of the go-go offense. He was the head coach at, I think, Sacramento last year. Yeah. And just a 1-year deal. And then he took this job as the OC. And he's a young guy. He's very smart. Guy that a lot of people look at, a lot of his offensive stuff. He's a smart guy. But this team last year there's 138 programs in Division I, FCS football, FBS, excuse me.
Okay.
And on defense in rushing, they were 133 out of 138. Offensively, they were 104 out of 138. Like, this is statistically the worst team in the nation when it comes to the stat of rushing. Julian Lewis is still there. I don't know how. I thought a lot of people would try to poach him away. But it just doesn't seem like the rest there. They lost their big left tackle, went to LSU in the portal. But not to go through it, I think they beat Weber State week 2, but they open at Georgia Tech, and then they host Weber State. Then they have Northwestern on the road. Then honestly, a fairly tough Big 12 schedule: Baylor, Texas Tech, Utah, Oklahoma State, Kansas State, Arizona State, Cincinnati, Houston, UCF. I just don't see the wins there for this team, unfortunately. I don't know what that does to Coach Prime and the staff, but the hype has been gone for a couple years. I mean, so it was fun for 3 weeks 2 years ago, and that's kind of all we had. And it's been over, and we just kind of been riding with it. So I'm taking Colorado to be the 16th in the Big 12.
Tough to disagree with you, but I'm going to, but not by much. I think they finished second to last. Yeah, I mean, I kind of have 7 potential returning starters, right? And that transfers included in that, right? So they maybe started somewhere else. So they have some playing time, but they lost 15. That's a ton of people to lose. Huge roster turnover. Things for them to be successful. The quarterback has to develop like immediately. Offensive line needs to improve dramatically. You mentioned the rushing issues. Like, look, this is basically year 1 all over again without the Shedeur and Travis Hunter new prime hype. I think this will be the biggest test of his coaching career. I have them finishing 15th in the Big 12.
Okay.
Not a ton to say about it. I mean, like, I'm not going to say a lot about these bottom feeder teams. Like, they're bad. They're bad for a reason. So
for sure. Next, we're going to Country Roads, Take Me Home, West Virginia. The brightest spot for me is Michael Hawkins Jr. transferring in from Oklahoma. Showed some promise there. But just 3 returning starters on offense. I think that's, I look at that a lot more than others probably. continuity is so hard to build, and when you're essentially plugging in an entirely new team, it's just hard to make it work. Again, a tougher schedule in the Big 12, but I think they probably start 3-0, and then I don't know if they win again. Coastal Carolina, UT Martin, and they're playing Virginia. Virginia could be a toss-up. Bo Prabilla's there, but I think I kind of like it. But that's kind of where they fall. Again, we talk about this conference and how somebody can pick up at any time, but I think probably the ceiling for West Virginia is probably 5 wins. I think the absolute ceiling would be pushing bowl eligibility, but I think it's going to take some time for Rich Rod to turn around. I know they've got some good recruits coming in, but I have them finishing 15th.
Right on. Yeah, I mean, I wait a lot on who's coming back, new coaching staffs, so on and so forth. I'm seeing 8 returning starters, lost 14 players. Rich Rod's back. Look, that's a great nostalgia play for the university. Love that. They got to buy into their system quickly, improve their passing game. I think they're going to have a tough rebuilding year. I have them finishing 14th in the league overall.
It's all right. We're right on point.
We're very close. I'm waiting until you get to my last pick because I'm starting to get nervous.
I think I'm probably here on them now. Rock Chalk Jayhawk back to the bottom of the Big 12. I think Lance Leipold is a heck of a coach. I don't know what this team looks like without Jalen Daniels. This is the first time that he hasn't been there in the Lance Leipold era. There's been a ton of highs and some lows. Just looking at the Kansas schedule, they host Missouri, which I get is the big rivalry. That used to be a big rivalry, but Missouri is a really good football team. And then they play Arizona State in London week 3. Then come back, host Middle Tennessee. They're hosting Long Island the first week. I have them being Long Island, Middle Tennessee, and West Virginia. Kansas is, I think, probably one of the hardest places in America to recruit kids to that are not playing basketball. They don't really do good at other athletics. They'll have flash in the pans, and that's it. But I have them finishing 14th in the Big 12 conference.
Nice. Not who I have as my last pick. They've got some returning starters. They got 10.
I have 6, but yeah.
I have 10. And again, my list includes transfers in, right? So not in their system, but guys with playing time. Lost 12 overall. Offensive line needs to improve. They need to learn how to finish games. They were in some last year. I just think, they're probably this is where the Big 12 is stupid. They could surprise people. So I have them finishing a little higher. I have them finishing 11th.
Okay.
It's not an overwhelmingly large leap, but I got the Jayhawks at 11.
Yeah. Next up, this is probably the biggest shocker for a lot of people on my list. I have this team going 5-7. They have one returning starter to this team from last year. New head coach Eric Morris brings in Drew Mestemaker. Everybody thinks Mestemaker is winning the Heisman. There's just a lot of hype around him. The guy, he played well last year. He is a good football player. It's just different too. And this is 53 new transfer players on the Oklahoma State roster. I don't think all 53 came with Morris. So that's 53 guys. This is literally assembling an entire brand new NFL roster, if you want to look at it like that, where nobody's played, on the same team. Obviously, some of these guys have, but just looks very different. I think just that 53 new guys in the portal is hard to do. I know, we saw Indiana do it. Yep, we did. I don't think that's going to be every time we get a new coach somewhere. So I think Oklahoma State could be like a flip of this record. I think 7-5, 5-7. That's kind of their range. I have them going 5-7. schedule wise, I wish they would play. I wish they would play Oklahoma. They don't. Their non-conference is Tulsa, Oregon, and Murray State. And then West Virginia, UCF, Houston, Colorado, Iowa State, Kansas State, Texas Tech, Arizona State, and Kansas. So a fairly easier Big 12 schedule than some, but I think we'll see week 2 what this team's made out of when they're playing the everyone's favorite pick to win the national championship.
Yeah, I mean, look, it is a total rebuild. But I like that coach from North Texas. I really like that quarterback. I know it's a different league, but if there's ever a league to jump into to try and bring this and this kind of air raid 3.0, I mean, that thing's been reinvented so many times, but the kid can sling it. I think he's going to be a sneaky high draft pick next year. He never started a football game in high school. And has, I think he started the last game of their season when he was a freshman, and then last year lit the world on fire. I get it. It's against inferior competition. But again, the Big 12 is like the perfect place for this coach and this quarterback to make this jump and to come in and, kind of revitalize a program that is obviously like in the dumps or was in the dumps after last year. Oklahoma State has a lot of potential to be really good. And I think if there's one thing we've learned in the modern college football era is that turnarounds can happen quickly given the right recipe. Not saying it's the right recipe, but I don't think they're going to be as bad as you feel like they're going to be. I think defense is going to be obviously their main concern. I think they'll score with everybody, but can they stop a single person? I don't know.
Right.
I got to finish in 10th.
I like it. You back to Messermaker real quick. The kid threw for over 4,800 yards last year, 36 touchdowns, 11 picks. The totality of that stat line looks incredible. And then you look at they played 2 ranked opponents last year, and one was at home against USF, and he threw 2 touchdowns, 3 picks. They got the doors blown off them, 63-36. And then they played Tulane with the chance to go to the college football playoff really on the line. And again, 2 touchdowns, 3 picks. And then they play San Diego State in the bowl game. All these kids are still at the bowl game. He throws 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. So in 3 games, he threw, 8 of his 11 interceptions in high caliber football games. And I think that's obviously people evolve and get better for sure. But I am very interested to see how this kid, because if you see 4,800, 36 touchdowns, 11 picks, I think everybody's like, oh, hell yeah. But then you peel the curtain back, you'd be like, oh, damn. 3 of those picks came against what we, high end.
For sure.
Like, what's that look like every week, So I'm excited to see it. I think you're right. This team could jump up and be a top 10 team in this conference, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, top 10 team in the conference is also bottom 7. So
yeah, for sure.
Like that's
but it's a far cry from where they were the last couple of years under Gundy as well.
Yeah, I think you're going to see an improvement from 1-11. I think the expectations are low. My positioning on them is more of I think they're going to surprise some people with what they are, right? Like, yeah, kids struggled against great teams, or better teams, but he was also playing at North Texas. Like they weren't surrounded by a lot of really good things, and you don't know what all went into that. I think the kid clearly has some talent. I think he'll continue to get better, and we'll see what happens. They're just kind of my sneaky surprise pick of being better than I think what people think they might be.
Absolutely.
Anyways, yeah.
I got a sneaky pick now that this might be your last team, but I don't know. I might keep saying that until we get there. No one's here. Everybody went to Penn State. The Iowa State Cyclones. I have them finishing 12th in the conference. No returning starters on that team. Definitely some guys from Wazoo and some other places that came in with Jimmy Rogers. I will say this. I think if this staff stays together, this will be the best recruiting of the Midwest school in the country. So Jimmy Rogers, who's the head coach, was the former South Dakota State head coach. Obviously took over for Stig. He played for Stig. His defensive coordinator, Jesse Bobbitt, also played at SDSU for Stig, was with him, then left with him. And then they bring back to Iowa State. He was with the Lions. He's been around. Tyler Roll is the offensive coordinator. He is a North Dakota State Bison legend. He was a heck of a coordinator there. He left North Dakota State after he didn't get the job when it wasn't Eck, but Matt Entz left. And I think a lot of the players were upset and just kind of felt like he was kind of the next guy in waiting. NDSU legend, as I said, but I think these guys and this staff, looking at it, just a ton of Midwest ties. I think that they're going to recruit well. I think it's going to be a very well-developed program. It's going to take some time, though. I do think that they'll still win some games just because of, who those coaches are and what they do. Southeast Missouri State, awesome. SEMO coming into town. That's a win. At Iowa, probably a loss. At Bowling Green, or home against Bowling Green, that's a win. But then a pretty tough conference schedule. Utah, West Virginia, BYU, Arizona, Oklahoma State, Baylor, Cincinnati, UFC. Well, that says UFC, but it's UCF. And Kansas State. I think this team could fight for bowl eligibility. I have them going 5-7. Kind of beating up on some of them other bottom feeders, but then really probably taking it on the chin against the upper echelon of that conference.
Right on. Yeah. No, you finally said it. It finally happened. I think Iowa State's the worst team in the league this year. Not because of anybody who is coming there. I love that take on that coaching staff. You're absolutely right. Right. You got to know the Midwest to really own it.
Mm-hmm.
They clearly do. So that could be really exciting for them. But yeah, man, that kitchen cupboard got raided. Everybody's gone. You really just don't know what to expect.
100%.
This is, I don't know. It's a black hole. They could be great. Like you said, like you're saying, this could be your sneaky pick, a lot higher than people are predicting, but without anything to go on of what's there and who can do what in this conference and whatnot. Yeah, man, they got to find a lot. They got to find offensive playmakers, all the things, new coaching staff, major roster losses. I just think it's going to be a tough year, so I got them finishing last.
Yeah. On to my number 11 team in the conference. I'm going Cincinnati again, right in that 5-7 bubble. I got them returning 4 starters from this team last year. Scott Satterfeld is a great coach, probably on the hot seat. Very tough conference schedule, and they have a senior quarterback, which is very rare these days, right? With everybody transferring around. But it's a senior quarterback that I don't think anybody's ever heard of. J.C. French IV. Awesome name. Never heard of you, pal. That's just a tough spot to be in. And he might be great. But I think when we're looking at a team in 2026 with a senior quarterback who has taken a lack of snaps anywhere, just gets tough, right? Cincinnati, surprisingly had a ton of people drafted last year. Very tough conference schedule. I think they could start hot and maybe that carries on, but Boston College, Western Carolina, never even heard of Western Carolina. And then Miami of Ohio, their first 3 weeks, all at home. I like those matchups for them. then I think they probably, have a chance to, maybe West Virginia, potentially Iowa State, Colorado, but otherwise Texas Tech, Utah, BYU, two of those three at home, but I don't think it matters. Those are kind of the tips of the tops of this conference. So Cincinnati at 11.
Don't hate it. Hard to argue with it. I got them at 12. I mean, we are splitting hairs. Look, like 10, 11, 12 will probably all be tied record-wise when it's all said and done. We're not coming up with tiebreaker, coin toss bullshit. They're all going to be right around there. Yeah. Look, like you said, good year. Lost their quarterback, who then went somewhere else, and we're going to have them losing their quarterback. So they would have lost it anyway. They got some starters returning. I don't know. But they've also got some experience. They've got some experience. They lost some teams, like you said. Be interesting to see how consistent they are, man. They got to win some road games. I think they'll make a bowl, but that's about it. Like I said, got them finishing 12th. Go Cats.
Go Cats. Next up, I have a team. Number 10 is going to be TCU for me. We're 4 years away from a national championship game appearance. That was absolutely atrocious, obviously, in a 59 rip, whatever it ended up being against Georgia. They are returning 9 true starters, but they hit the portal for a quarterback as there's Josh Hoover ended up in Indiana with Sig, and they bring in none other, probably than the smartest quarterback in the country, Jaden Craig, transfer from Harvard. And you see that and you're like, yeah, probably a smart guy. You'd think, man, he's got to be a baller. But again, we pull up the stat line here, just threw for over 2,800 yards, 25 touchdowns, 7 picks. But this isn't the Ivy League, dog. This is Texas. All right. Just kind of a head scratcher, I guess. I don't know. I mean, obviously, you would just, to me, it seems like when looking at a kid coming from the Ivy League to the Big 12, you'd like to see a little more, eye-popping numbers there, and there's nothing. I mean, he threw for 4 touchdowns one game. Who was that against? Brown. The football power that is Brown, right? Cornell, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. It's just like he's playing against doctors and lawyers. Just being honest for what it is. But they got an early game in Dublin against North Carolina the week before Labor Day, so that's 0 week technically. So I will get eyes on them early. I think they fight for bowl eligibility as well. North Carolina is not going to be great. They play Grambling State, Arkansas State, then are the benefits of a weaker Big 12 schedule. I think they fight for a 6-6 spot. Sonny Dykes a hell of a coach. I guess we'll see.
Yeah. Look, TCU has great uniforms, and then sometimes they have uniforms that make me want to puke.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're a pretty darn good team. Sometimes they make you want to puke. Look, they're bringing back 12 dudes. They lost their quarterback. Huge loss. That's really tough to overcome. But as you mentioned, Sonny Dykes, like, he's been around the block a while. You don't get to stay a coach in college football if you're not pretty darn good at it. I think that defense just got to be average.
Yeah.
And then this quarterback, like, look, dude, don't turn the ball over a ton. You're obviously going to go through a transition coming from non-scholarship level smart kid football to whatever brand the Big 12 is.
It's Monster Energy.
Yeah, Monster. But man, what a well-played pun. So yeah, they're a boomer bust team for me, right? They're not bad, but they're not good. I got them right smack dab in the middle, finishing 8th.
Oh, wow.
Take advantage of a weak schedule. They'll win some games. They'll be in the mix. It's TCU. I just don't see them completely shitting the bed.
Absolutely. On to Baylor. For me, number 9 in the conference. Dave Aranda is one of the smartest defensive coaches in football, not just college football. Definitely hot seat, definitely big year. They bring in DJ Lagway from Florida. DJ's back in Texas, so we'll see. But I think week 1 versus Auburn is going to tell the story of the season. Because after that, they have Prairie View A&M, Louisiana Tech, then Colorado. And so I think if you're going to Arizona State 4-0, DJ Lagway's feeling himself, I think that flips the season for a Baylor, because then it's home against TCU, at Kansas, and then it's at UCF, home against Iowa State. They end the season very tough. But I think if this team is rolling, it's at BYU, home against Texas Tech, at Houston. They could play spoiler late in the year there, especially if they can learn how to win some games early. Not a ton of returners. I think I got a total of 5, 4, maybe. But obviously, DJ Lagway is, a household name in college football. So I'm interested to see what he does here. But again, I think it's just all eyes on week 1 for me. I think because I don't see them losing any of the next 3. So if this team can start 4-0, what's that do when it comes to October?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they start 4-0. I think they roll over ASU. That's a interesting little pivot point in their season there. Yeah. Baylor, look, 10 people coming back, tons of athletic talent. Lagway, like you said, former SEC quarterback, man, had the ability to do some pretty incredible things while at Florida, but then also had the ability to look quite pedestrian.
Yeah.
At times. Now, is that because of the teams he's playing, or is that him as a player? That's hard to say. I think the SEC hardos will say he's going to dominate the Big 12 because they don't play defense like we play in the SEC.
Which I would agree with.
So if he can continue to develop and continue to improve, I think Baylor has a lot of surprise in them this year.
Yeah.
Because that kid is a freak. Like, you don't go to Florida and start as a freshman or get run as a freshman without being a freak.
For sure. No, absolutely. Especially in the transfer portal era.
Yeah.
If they didn't think you were the guy, they would have got somebody else because they're Florida.
Right. So, look, I got Baylor finishing 9th or same spot, right? And that 9 could be like T5.
Right.
When you think about it, like with how these records are going to shake out. Like I think that they've got some run to them. I love the, kind of how you're positioning their schedule. And I think if they're there, I think they beat ASU and they kind of have a little magical year, which would be pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. That may be huge for Dave Aranda. I do, you sit there and you go, that's why I like going through the schedules, because then you're just kind of like, dang, they pull that one out. Now this is a different team. That's just how football works, right? Everybody's healthy, and it's like all of a sudden you go into your bye week on October 10th and you're 5-0, and you're looking at TCU and Kansas the next 2 weeks, and it's like, oh, okay, now we're 7-0, but we've been saying I'm a little bit probably higher on UCF than others. That's fine. But then we know what Iowa State is. Obviously, BYU and Tech's going to be good. But if you're there and you're a good team, now, like, you're 100% right. This, like, Baylor could be that team out of this conference. I think, I got another one, but that I think people aren't picking that could ruffle a lot of feathers.
Love it. Love it.
Next up for me at number 8 spot, as we're halfway through the conference, is the Arizona State Sun Devils. Listen, I think ASU's really fallen off. I'm here. I just don't see it. I'm not a big believer in Cutter Boyle. He's a Kentucky transfer. Again, like, for me, like, if these transfers were so sought after, I just don't see it when they don't play. Like if Cutter Boyle was such a dude and everybody wanted him in the portal, how come he wasn't playing at Kentucky? Like that, like there's just sometimes places where you should be on the field if you're really that guy. They have a tough road conference schedule at Tech, at BYU, at Arizona, at UCF. Those are 4 tough environments. The home schedule for the conference is, shaping up to be better and better. But week 2, they're at Texas A&M. And I think that's a season-defining game, much like their week 2 game last year against Mississippi State on the road. They're back against SEC opponent. I love that they're scheduling SEC opponents early in the season. But if A&M's anything what we think they should be, I think this is just a tough look for the Arizona Sun Devils this year. I got them finishing 7-5.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tough spot. They lost a lot of explosiveness from last year's team. I love that team. I love the Sun Devils. Been to more football games in that stadium than anywhere else in the country.
Mm-hmm.
And I love what Kenny Dillingham is doing. But, man, when you lose your starting quarterback and you lose a lot of offensive firepower, it's really tough to have a lot of faith in what could come. Surprised me, right? I think they're still dangerous. I like him. I like what he's doing. But I think they take a step back. I had them finishing 7th.
Right there.
Probably tied with 8th and 9th.
Yeah.
However you want to look at it, right? It's just not in the top tier.
No.
But competitive, going to be in the mix. They'll win some. They shouldn't. They'll lose some. They shouldn't. Should continue to develop.
Absolutely. As we jump into these top 7, I just want to preface, I think that this top 7 could shape out in a multitude of ways. I really think this is where I talk about this conference being top heavy. From here, I have everybody going 9-3 or better in the conference as I look at the schedule. So I'm going to start with Kansas State. 6 returning starters, 5-0. Could be the shocker team. There's not a tough non-conference. I think that, again, I could see this team starting 6-0. They play Nicholls State, Washington State, Tulane, all at home. Then on the road at Cincinnati, and then they come back, host Houston and Kansas. And then they're going to Arizona State. Then they're going to Colorado, Oklahoma State, TCU, Arizona, Iowa State. It's a very tough, or very easy conference schedule, I think, as well. Colin Klein coming back home to be the head coach. He's a Kansas State legend, played under Bill Snyder. Very similar to what Avery Johnson does is where Colin Klein had success at Texas Tech. And I'm excited to see. I think this could be a shocker team. But I got them finishing 7th in the conference at 9-3.
K-State?
Yep.
Love it. Look, man, can't count out K-State, in my opinion, right? They got some new pieces. Special teams there are always pretty good. 11 starters returning. I have them finishing 5th.
Okay.
Right? Which again could be a tie with somebody, but I got them finishing 5th overall. I think they're kind of the best value in the conference.
Sure.
They rarely beat themselves. Almost always outperform preseason expectations. I'm giving them a little bump. Let's go K-State 5. Go Wildcats.
Yeah.
I also think I'm influenced heavily by Ben Lieber because he's on a radio show I listen to a lot.
Yeah, he is a K-State legend.
I'm like, you know what? He's making a lot of sense.
Yeah. Now I'll try to pick it up here on these next 6.
We're getting to the top. Now's where you go deep.
I'm on to Houston, finishing 6th. I have them 9-3 as well. Connor Wigman, man, this kid's been supposed to be the guy in college football for a long time. He's been a couple different places. I do think this Houston team in general, they have a lot of returners. They got 10 true returners. That's kind of where these numbers start to flourish in these top half of teams here.
Yeah.
They don't have a big non-conference test, which I think is huge in this conference, but they play Texas Tech on the road week 3. I think that's honestly probably one of the bigger games in the conference for the year. But I think they could be a dark horse, but it's all in Connor Wegman. He's had some flourishes, but I think if he plays good, there's a lot of guys that are, starters coming back in the Big 12 around this team. I got him at 6th, again, finishing 9-3.
I love it. Like the coach, Willie Fritz.
Yeah.
It's a solid roster. Just be more efficient on offense, turn those close losses into wins. I think they're a dark horse for the championship overall. Like I said, if they just are a bit more consistent on offense, man, I got them finishing 6th. And I think 6th is like a game or 2 out of playing for the Big 12 championship. So they flip one of those, I think they're right in it.
For sure.
Right in it.
Absolutely.
Sleeper of the year in this conference.
Next, the most true returning starters in the Big 12, BYU Cougars. I have them also 9-3. Again, this could be very flipped, but they have an incredibly tough non-conference game right smack dab in the middle of their schedule. They play Notre Dame. It is at home, but Notre Dame is looking fairly good on paper so far this year. Tough games at Utah, I think is I'm high on Utah this year. We'll get into it. BYU is an underrated portal spender, right? We saw that in a multitude of sports. Can the Bearman take the next step? Bear Bachmeyer, the quarterback, rocking 47. Everybody loves it. But, I think that BYU, I would not be shocked if they ran the table and were 11-1 or 12-0 either. But I do think that they are always good for like a couple of what the hell happened losses as well. It just kind of seems to happen to them. So that's kind of why I have them finishing in that 9-3 range, 5th in the conference.
It's probably one of our biggest disagreements, right? 17 starters coming back. One of the nation's most experienced rosters. Veteran QB, endo line, defense returns almost everybody. I mean, I think they got a chance to, they can beat one national caliber non-conference opponent, right? Like we're talking about potential bye, first round of the playoff. They just got to find a true number 1 receiver. I think they run with this conference. I got them finishing 1.
Wow. That is the disparity. Probably on this one too.
Coach, I want to point that out. Like, guys bought in. He had offers. Could have gone anywhere else. Stayed home. And I know it's a BYU thing. Whatever. I don't care. I love it when a coach is like, why would I leave?
Yeah.
I just love that. I think that players probably eat that shit up as well.
Yeah. For sure. Absolutely. This is actually our biggest disparity here. This is definitely the team that you have ranked 13th in the Big 12, and I have them ranked 4th. And we're gonna have a lot of
in my head. I'm like, did he like forget about this team?
No.
Nope. All right.
Listen. It feels like it might be 2017 in Orlando again. Scott Frost on year 2 of the second stint back in Orlando. Again, a ton of true returning starters. They have 10, which to my notes is tied for second most in the conference. Their schedule is just so relatively easy in my eyes. I think they lose to Houston on the road and then they lose to BYU. But otherwise, if you look at the totality of the schedule, they play Bethune-Cookman at Pitt, which could be a toss-up, Georgia State, TCU, Oklahoma State, Baylor, Kansas, Arizona State, Iowa State, Colorado. I just, if everything that I've been seeing and reading about this team, I think this is the true dark horse of the Big 12. I do not think this is a go out and win the Big 12 team, but I think this is a go out and ruin the Big 12 kind of team. Like they're going to come in and just mess up some parties, and I think it's going to be pretty fun to watch. I don't know. I'm just big on how they've kind of flipped it all back around there with Scott Frost, and there's bound for me to be one completely wrong in this whole thing, and this very well could be it, but let's see what happens.
Yeah. I love what you're saying. I enjoyed the Scott Frost run at UCF. I find lightning very hard to capture in a bottle twice. So I guess it's a got to see it to believe it thing. Failing spectacularly at your home in your home, I think is tough to recover from, can lead to some demons. Who knows? I like the move on their part, but I just got to see it on the field. You're absolutely right. This is the team I have finishing 13th in the conference as a whole. Look, and 13, it could very well easily mean like you're tied at like 10th or whatever. Sure. Like I don't think that means they're winning 2 games.
Right.
Hey, I mean, you read that schedule. I'm hearing 5 in my head, right? So probably somewhere in the 5 and 7 range. But if 5 of those losses are in conference, that puts you down at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
It's overall. So, yeah, I got to see it to believe it again. I think he kind of had a perfect storm going when he was there the first time. Let me see it before I buy in.
Yeah, I'm also a big fan of Alonzo Barnett. He was James Madison quarterback. Even against Oregon last year, the one thing I'll say about this case, he takes care of the football. They got smoked in that first round playoff game. What was it? 51-34.
Something brutal.
2 touchdowns, no picks, 273 yards. Granted, a lot of throwing late, obviously, right? They were getting smoked, but they kept fighting. I just think it says a lot about him. And then 15 touchdowns on the ground. The kid uses his legs well, so he counts for almost 40 total on that James Madison offense. I think that's just a bigger probably talking point and X factor. Scott Frost loves to run the QB. I think it's just a good fit. And now you got a guy that protects the ball while running. It's a good spot.
All right. Yeah, it's a massive delta for us, but I love it. I love the reach for you.
Yeah, thank you. Here we go. All right, now these are the 3 teams that I truly think can win this conference. I really do believe in these 3 teams in no particular order. I mean, obviously I have an order to them, but third in the conference, I'm taking the Arizona Wildcats. If you listen to this pod, I've been in this building. I know these guys. I've spent time with these coaches. I'm in love with what they're doing in Tucson. This is, I think, could be a dark horse team, but they play at Tech, and then obviously Utah is at home. But the bit I know about the Utah quarterback, which is quite a bit, Dev plays pretty well when he plays these Arizona teams, and it's just a little extra something to prove. So they don't have a very tough non-conference schedule, which gets them rolling. I think they start very hot, and I do have them accounting for 2 losses, Texas Tech and Utah. I think Noah Fafita is one of the better quarterbacks coming back in the country. They return a lot of starters on offense. They have, I think, realistically, probably 2 first-round offensive linemen potentially on that roster. The defense is completely worked over from a year ago, but I'm just big on this team. I didn't try to get too homer with it because of the time I spent around them, but again, I got them finishing 3rd and 10-2.
Love it. Yeah, also feel very strongly about Arizona. I love that a quarterback has been there for so long.
Man, is that cool?
In this day and age, right? Would have been really easy for him to go into the portal, go somewhere bigger, get a paycheck, whatever. But he's pot committed to the Wildcats. They're returning a lot. I didn't look at their schedule really hard, but 14 starters coming back. Excellent, high level skill position talent, experienced secondary. Look, dude, apply some more pressure on defense. I mean, you're saying 9-3 season, right? I also have them third overall in the Big 12. Pick one up here or there. See you in the Big 12 championship.
Absolutely. I would be zero shocked.
Let's go. Right? Like, love that for them.
Here we go. My number 2 team in the Big 12. I have the Utah Utes. A little bit of a reach, probably a little bit of a homer reach, but I look at this Utah schedule. Arkansas at home. It could be a test, could not be a test. But they're hosting a lot of having BYU at home, I think, is huge. I went through the schedule. I had them go 12-0. Here's my thing. They lost a lot, but I think in places like Utah, and I know the college football thing's different, but Morgan Scalley played there. Those guys played for him, right? He's been the defensive coordinator for a while. He's been the head coach in waiting for a while. I don't think that a lot truly changes around the program with a new head coach, which I think is very hard to say anytime you bring in a new head coach, right? I think obviously Morgan Scalley's going to do things his own way, but as far as an internal culture, when you play for a guy and then you coach for a guy and then you take over for that same guy, we're probably not changing a ton of what we do or what we believe here. And I think that's very important in looking at the 2026 version of the Utah Utes. The scariest part for me is, what does this O-line look like? They were the best offensive line, arguably, in the country last year, and they had 2 guys get drafted, and it's a completely new offensive line, right? I know plenty of guys went to Michigan, coaches alike, but they found a way to keep Dev. Money talks, but I think that this, like everybody we say in the top bit of this conference, you pick up one here, you pick up one there. Think because they host BYU, that's a big one for me. I would not be shocked at a 12-0 season out of the Utah Utes. I think they're right there in that 12-0 to 9-3 range, and then you pick them.
Mm-hmm. Love that. Yeah, returning 13 starters, but as you mentioned, right? Coach leaves, transfers going, draft. I think the one thing about Utah is they always seem to overachieve.
It's always a good program, man.
Right? Stay healthy at quarterback behind this kind of newer line, right? Reestablish dominance on the defensive side. They could be scary. Problem is, I think 1 through 4 in this conference all have the potential to be scary.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and it, like, I think we're talking about, 12-0, 11-1, 11-1, 10-2 type of a scenario. With these teams, or maybe a bunch of 11-1s, and it's coin toss, points allowed, or some bullshit.
Yeah.
I like Utah, like you said, they are always in the mix. The Holy War is one of the best games of all time. I just got them 4, right behind Arizona. That could go one way or I mean, you could flip flop those. Both of those could be 1 and 2. It's really hard to say. I really struggled with them and Texas Tech because I have some questions about Tech, but I ended up going with Tech. Kind of take the number 2 spot. So, anyways, yeah, I got them 4.
I like it. Well, your 2, my 1. Either way, we're picking them to be at the top. Texas Tech Red Raiders. I go through this schedule. I don't know what they did, but I mean, outside of Arizona, this is the easiest schedule possibly in America. Abilene Christian on the road at the very tough Oregon State, taking on the Beavers. Then they host Houston and Sam Houston. And then at Colorado, host Arizona State, at Cincinnati, host Arizona, host West Virginia, at Oklahoma State, at Baylor, and hosting TCU. I just don't think you find a easier schedule in America. Not to look past it, but on a team that has more money than anybody else in college football, thank God for oil, they're returning 5 true starters and 5 true starters on offense and defense. 10 total on this roster that were on the team last year. That's huge. And then they go out and get Mateen Igabara from Wake Forest. There's a top D line transfer. That kid's a freak. Obviously, the big question mark is the quarterback position. I think the Will Hammond, right? Will Hammond, yeah. He played well in spots last season. He played at Arizona State, I think was his first start. I think there's just a lot around him. I think they'll run the hell out of the ball. They have, a couple potential preseason All-Americans on tight end on defense. It's a really good team all around. I think a lot of people are going to cheer against them all year, which I think is just only going to fuel that fire as well. But I do see a showdown in Jerry World. I do think that you have the possibility of having a couple of undefeated teams out of this conference, whether it's Tech, Utah, BYU, Arizona. I mean, really, you look at those schedules, I think those top 4 teams that we pick could all, the 2 of them, and they don't play each other, could all end up, undefeated sitting there. So.
Yeah. This was the most fascinating, back and forth in my head, I think I had when I was looking at this conference as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
They obviously kind of surged onto the scene last year with their incredible season. It was an incredible season, right? Got some notoriety. Man, are they really this good? They stumbled at one point, caught some doubters, but showed up in the playoffs and I think represented themselves well.
Yep.
Right. Supported by a bunch of money and energy drinks. Double Eagle, is that what it's called or something?
Double Eagle Energy, baby.
Yeah, Double Eagle Energy and oil. And
that's the oil company. That's Cody Campbell's oil company, Double Eagle Energy.
Whatever. I'm calling it energy drinks because it sounds like a stupid energy drink. Tell me I'm wrong and I'll buy you one. And I was like, man, they, in the offseason, they go get this Brendan Sorsby cat and then all the drama that unfolds with that. People saying we're not going to play him. Them eventually, they doubled down he got his eligibility. I think it has the potential for them to kind of say, look, we're closing the doors. It's us versus the world. Kind of a Michigan versus everybody vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I think it will galvanize that locker room. And I think they're going to have an incredible year. They probably have the most talented roster in the Big 12, arguably top 5 roster in the country. They're going to be good. I got them finishing second. They're a really good team. If this Hammond kid can elevate. Like, they clearly didn't think he was the guy because they went out and got somebody else.
Well, he tore his ACL last year. Will Hammond did come in and he beat Utah last year. He played well against Arizona State. He played in a lot of big time games. Down the stretch against Utah, he went 13 of 16, 2 touchdowns, won him the game. Then plays a ton in the Arizona State game, and they lost by 4 on the last play of the game after he drove the field and scored to go up. So yeah, I mean, I agree with you 100%, right? There's something there. There's always some kind of story as to, well, why'd you go get another guy, right? If you believed in the guy, why'd you go get another guy? And think in the sports psychology world as well, that paints a picture to a kid too. So yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see how it works out. And obviously, like everything in this game, man, if you don't have a quarterback, you don't have nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, look, like I shout out to him for not bailing when they went and got Sorsby.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, he clearly, maybe the money's just too good. I don't know. Maybe they have the kind of money where they're like, we're going to pay 2 guys a lot of money. And he's like, you're going to go pay this kid $4 million while paying me 3. That's fine. I'll collect the check. I don't care. Right? I don't know. But he stuck around. So clearly he likes the team, the culture, the environment, etc. Who knows what he likes, but he's there. I think we got to see it a little bit more out of him. Yes, he played well last year. I got him too, man. Like, they could be one with a bullet, like, when it's all said and done. Who knows?
For sure.
They're going to be in the mix for sure. I just got him second behind BYU. I don't know.
Yeah. Nope. I love
it, man. Like, flip a coin. This is a tough one. So
flip a coin on all this. One injury changes everything we talked about all night long.
Right. For sure. For sure. The most chaotic conference of college football, in my opinion, of the Big Four. So this will be a fun one, man. Looking forward to it. Would like a little more consistency out of them for us as we do this moving forward, though.
For sure.
Oh, brother. How many teams from the Big 12 do you think make the college football playoff?
If they do have 2 undefeateds going into the conference championship game, I think 2. But realistically, I think, again, there's probably a one teamer. I think there's a lot of negative eyes on it. We got 12. Got to think we'll have probably 4 from the SEC, 4 from Big 12, Big 10. And then if Notre Dame's in the top 12, well, then there's 9. And then we'll have an at-large bid. I mean, yeah, we're really looking at 1 at that point.
Right.
We'll have the ACC, we'll have that large, and then we'll have the Big 12. So, yeah, it's an unfortunate spot. That's why they're clamoring for 24 teams. That's so, but we'll see. I mean, if they do their job and they have 2 teams at the top, then I don't think you can take a team that lost their first game unless it's terrible or somebody gets hurt again, right? Like a Florida State situation. I just don't see that you could hold somebody out.
Yeah.
In a 1 loss or, yeah. So
very tough.
Yes, it is.
All right. Well, go Big 12. First one down next Monday. 3rd place conference in all of college football. The SEC.
Southeastern, baby.
Let's go.
Just means more.
Just means more. We don't ascribe meaning to much else.
That's right, baby.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to that one. Sorry for the long one today, folks. A lot to talk about, a lot to catch up on. But you're welcome. That's our makeup for missing Friday.
Yeah. Put 2 to 1.
There you go. Yeah. Hope you all had a great week. Have a great week. We will catch you all again on Friday. I am not traveling this week. Ben, are you?
No, it's day 1 tomorrow. Dog travel plans are off for December.
All right. Love it. So we'll be here bright and early with our bells on Friday morning, 5 a.m. Appreciate y'all for being here. Means the world. Help us out. Spread the good word. Until next time, be easy, Ben. Do your thing, my man.
Appreciate y'all for listening. Be a friend, tell a friend. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, unsubscribe, subscribe again, rate 5 stars, all that fun stuff. Be good, everybody.
And whatever you do, get back to even. Boom.